And welcome to another edition of All About the Cars of Gran Turismo 7. In this video, we're going to learn all about the 1987 Porsche 959. Now, this car was actually just released on Gran Turismo 7 right before I made this video in late March of 2023. And we're going to learn all about it in this video here. And I do want to mention that it is only available for purchase at the Legendary dealer. So right now, if you're watching this video like right after I post it, it is labeled as hot under the Legendary dealer because it's brand new, and it'll probably stay that way for about 2 or 3 weeks. And then it will eventually go away, and it will just go back into the rotation of all of the Legendary vehicles. So if you aren't familiar with the Legendary dealer, it rotates cars in and out of the dealer every day. So this car may or may not be available for you to purchase at the time that you watch this video, but it will eventually rotate back into being available for purchase again in the near future. So be sure to check back often for its availability. All right, I'm going to click on this car and we'll go over some of its specs. First, I want to show you that the price of this car is not cheap. It is 1,750,000 credits. The car comes stock with 557.43 performance points. It's four-wheel drive, so I believe, as in most Porsches, the engine is situated at the rear of the vehicle, and it provides power to all four wheels. The maximum stock power is 443 horsepower at 7,000 RPM. The weight is just under 3,200 pounds, and the engine is turbo aspirated. All right, we're going to click on Learn More and see what McKeel has to say about this car. The Porsche 959 was developed specifically to compete in the WRC's top class Group B, which was introduced in 1982. Because it was produced solely for homologation purposes, only 292 cars were built. At a glance, the 959 looked similar to contemporary 911s, but under the skin, it was an entirely different car. The technical ambition of the project was exemplified by the 959's drivetrain. Because Group B rally cars needed to efficiently transfer 500 or so horsepower to the road, they were typically four-wheel drive. For the 959, Porsche developed an advanced electronically controlled four-wheel drive system. Unfortunately, the abrupt end of the Group B category meant that the 959 was never able to compete in the series. So Porsche looked for other venues for the 959, and one of them was what many considered the world's toughest race. Porsche entered off-road versions of the 959 into the 1986 Paris-Dakar Rally. To the surprise of many, the Porsche Factory 959 team achieved an amazing 1-2 finish. The Porsche 959 is a crucial milestone in Porsche history that showed the potential of four-wheel drive sports cars. All right, that's everything we can learn about this car from the Legendary dealer. Now we're going to back out to the main menu and go to the garage where I'll get into this car and we'll learn some more about it. So here at the garage, I'm going to click on Change Car. We'll scroll down to P for Porsche. And this may take a moment because I have a ton of Porsches. And I just bought this one recently. And there it is. So I'm going to click on this car. And we're going to listen to the startup sound, and then we'll learn some more about it. All right, we're going to click on Car Collection, go to this vehicle, and we'll learn some more by reading this short description about it. A four-wheel drive road car that shines bright in automotive history. At the 1983 Frankfurt Auto Show, Porsche introduced the Group B concept model. This was a design study of an all-wheel drive race car that was being developed for competition in the top Group B category of the WRC that started in 1982. 2 years later, in 1985, the road-going version of this model was unveiled. Called the Porsche 959, it adopted the basic structure of the Porsche 911 and was packed with revolutionary technology. The engine was a 2,850cc twin-turbocharged, horizontally opposed six-cylinder with a maximum output of 450 horsepower. It came mated to a 6-speed manual transmission. The most noteworthy feature of this car was its electronically controlled all-wheel drive system that actively managed to drive ratio between the front and rear wheels according to the conditions of the road surface. Also, it was possible to select a drive mode that matched the current driving condition. The 959's all-wheel drive system was truly revolutionary in that it provided not only excellent stability at high speeds, but also convenience for the user. Only 292 examples of the Porsche 959 were produced for Group B homologation, but because of the termination of the Group B category, the race version never made it to the WRC. But it did go on to set great records in competition, even winning the overall title at the Paris-Dakar Rally, which is considered one of the most grueling races in the world. Many of the technical innovations of the 959, including the all-wheel drive system, saw their way into the company's other production cars, such as the 911. The Porsche 959 still enjoys a high level of respect and popularity today and remains a very important part of automotive history. Alright, lots of great information about this car from Gran Turismo's description about it. Now we're going to back out to the main menu once again and go next door to the cafe where we'll see if anybody is here to talk to us about this car. And we have one person, and that's Jeremy. Let's see what he has to say. The Porsche 959 is perhaps best remembered for its performance at the Paris-Dakar rallies of the 1980s. The Paris-Dakar Rally was a race that stretched for more than 10,000 kilometers from Paris, France to Dakar, Senegal. A course spanning vast deserts and mountainous terrain, it was considered the toughest rally in the world. Porsche's first success at the event was in 1984, a year before the 959's official debut. Driver René Metge pulled off a marvelous overall victory in the 911 fitted with a developmental four-wheel drive system. A year later, in 1985, Porsche entered the race with a 959, which combined four-wheel drive and a twin-turbo engine. However, it wasn't until '86 that the 959 had an overall victory at the rally, once again thanks to René Metge. Alright, that's everything we can learn about this car, but we are going to make one final stop down at the tuning shop where I'll show you everything that can be done to improve this car's performance and power. Now, keep in mind, I just purchased this car, so I have not done anything to it to upgrade it, but I will show you everything that can be done. Now, under the sports category, you cannot add the sports brake pads or the street suspension, but everything else on this page is available for purchase. Under club sports, you cannot add bore up, the high compression pistons, the sports brake kit, the sports clutch and flywheel, but everything else on this page is available and can be added to this car. Under semi-racing, with the exception of the supercharger, everything else on this page is fair game and can be added to this Porsche, including low, medium, and high RPM turbochargers. And under the racing category, you cannot add the supercharger, the fourth stage of weight reduction, or the active LSD controller, but everything else on this page, which is a considerable amount, is available for purchase and can be added to this car. Alright, that's everything we can learn about this car on Gran Turismo 7, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it helps you to determine whether or not you'd like to add this car to your collection. Stay tuned for more videos highlighting all the cars of Gran Turismo 7. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.